I think we'll be around the podcast realm because the guests that we have on are usually like specialists in something, or they have a strong belief in something, and they probably hold themselves, in a confident way. That if someone's, King Kapisi, he's pretty confident in what he does, and so obviously he's not going to hold back. And other people that are expert or in their field, they're quite knowledgeable. They're probably not going to, or maybe in a little bit they will, but I don't think it will get to that stage where, or in my opinion anyway. Because if someone like really believes in something, they'll feel compelled to share it or talk about what they want to say. But if they're sort of not an expert and that, then they might hold back because they're a bit scared. That's just my opinion.
But
you're entitled to your opinion.
You're gonna bag me out in the comments.
But obviously, you girls at Africa Scoop, you're not worried about all that. Well,
no,
you guys just say
no
it.
filter. Yeah, we do. But with Juliet that came on, so our guest, she was the younger one, and Juliet was not her real name. But this is what we allowed them to do, because she was talking about how she's struggling with her partner's in-laws, they're having the in-laws and giving money to them all the time and stuff like that, and we know it's such a real thing, and we want her to be able to talk about it without her family going, hey, did you and start having the wars with the family, because really it's about her being open to vent, and we want to allow that space for her to do that, which is why
confidence,
which is one we go back to why we started with our although my last name is Rains, like honestly it is, but why we started with those fake names, and why we allow our guests, if they want to come in confidence and speak like speak openly, to give them that
choose your avatar.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess that's why it's different with you girls, because stuff you talk about is actually real stuff.
It's like real life, yeah. yeah. That could that usually is happening at that very point in time. Yeah.
Just going back to the live thing. I was at a game with a friend. We were watching the Roosters and the Warriors. It was years ago. And a Warriors guy was making his debut, and my mate was he's hard out, Roosters hard out, and the guy got on and he ran hard out and he got hammered, and my mate was just like going hard, but we didn't know his family was sitting behind us. And then they sort of said a few whispers, but my mate didn't hear it, but I did. And I was like, oh. Trying to tell him, nah, it's alright. But then the guy ran again and he got hammered again. And then he was going hard, and then they said, like, you better watch your mouth. And then we sort of changed from there. It's like, you can support, but not like.
But how the only difference there, the funny factor there was it's family, right?
Yeah.
And so they got to get to grips with the fact that, that's their boy out there, that's their family member. However, how many other people in the stands are saying the same thing, and that's going to be their normal. That's the reality of being a professional sports person.
Yeah, you're right. Like if we were sitting somewhere else, that would have been sweet.
Would have been wouldn't have been an issue.
Depending on where we were, and then no one would have known as well.
No, exactly.
And saying that, then if that was your son playing, and you heard people behind you saying, "Oh, you're blah blah blah," what would you just be okay with that?
No. I'm
not saying. No, you mean it's my son? Oh no,
that's a natural instinct for the family to react like that. So we can all sort of appreciate that. But in terms of the general feel, right? It's like there's going to be thousands upon thousands of other spectators saying exactly the same thing about your boy, and it's just a reality. Like we distance yourself. Yep, I'm a spectator, but at the same time, that's my family members. Oh, that's hurtful comments coming from. And he's trying to separate the two, and then it's going to get to that point where better tone down. But it's hand in hand, and professional sports people know that. But it's just something that family members are going to be always supportive of the family, but then it's at the same time, just let the spectators be spectators, or are you going to get confrontational just because of someone's opinion? That's one of the extremes to it, I suppose.
But no, I agree in terms of it's good to support your team 100%, and for sure, it's good.
And so that's perspective as well, because from that spectators, shame on you, but then from the family's perspective, they go, hey, That's my boy. So they're not doing it out of malice.
No.
You know, but
it's just he's going for the root of his team. And
in the context of it, because it's their boy,
Yeah.
they're going to take offence to it.
Yeah.
But then, in saying all this, then you hear the comments from Julian Severe, how he went on Twitter and he complained about the fans, and then you got the All Black captain doing the same thing last week. So it's like, are they pushing back that sort of thing with the fans and that?
I think,
or are they trying to say we're humans? But no, you're also a sports person. You're also a professional sports person.
I think it's tough. I think there's like constructive criticism and things like that. But then there's some like guys or girls that like are just in their dungeon and just trolling people for the sake of it. You know, they got some issues and they're maybe saying some hurtful things. You know, there's some stuff that's just constructive criticism. You got to cop it on the chin and take it. But then some of it's just real hurtful. It's not necessary. You know, I think there's a difference. When they're not trying to help or there's no solution,
So your one-eyed supporters will be exactly the same. You know, they're not going to see the person. They're going to see a sports person. You play for my team. You better help my team win. You don't, then you're on the offside with them. And I think it's similar to that. And but then again, it comes back to why do those sports people taking it to heart when they know it's probably not true? But it's going to hurt. You know, that's how humans operate.
And this thing is always going to be there, right? It's always going to be there.
And it's changed too. The landscape's changed from, like I said, the newspaper clippings to now it's just there instantly.
And they're ruthless now. People are mean, man.
People are mean. Real mean.
I think to say stuff is alright, but the mean, like, you don't have to be ugly about it. You can sort of say the same thing in a better way. You know, like. And
similar to I don't know. Yeah, it's always going to be someone that's going to be throwing out stuff that untoward and that, but it's whether you listen to it, and the more you talk about it, you're giving them airtime. That's what they want. They want a reaction. They want to be talked about, regardless of whether there's any truth to the matter or not. But you know.